Today we're reading Mr. Putter and Tabby, Catch the Cold. Now, it's been a minute since we have done Mr. Putter and Tabby, but we are back with some more Mr. Putter and Tabby books. And, this will start off 2023's Mr. Putter and Tabby books. And we love the Mr. Putter and Tabby series, don't we, guys? So, today is going to be Catch the Cold. We don't have much more to go to, but we had fun reading them. That's all it counts. But, today we got Catch the Cold. And on the side it says, "It's Zake to the rescue. Poor Mr. Putter. He has caught a cold and is feeling miserable. His neighbor, Miss Teaberry, and her good dog, Zake, support him in cozy and exclusive adventure story." So I can't wait to see what this is about in this brand new book. So let's go ahead and get started. Mr. Putter and Tabby, Catch the Cold. Mr. Putter and Tabby, Catch the Cold. Mr. Putter and Tabby, Catch the Cold. Mr. Putter and his fine cat Tabby loved the snow. It made him feel so cozy. When Mr. Putter had his warm tea and his warm muffins and he had lit the fire, Tabby watched the snow fall. One day, Mr. Putter went out in the snow without his hat. He wanted to read the funny in the newspaper so much he forgot it. When he came back in, he said to Tabby, "Tabby, I forgot my hat. I hope I don't catch a cold." Tabby sat on Mr. Putter's head to keep warm while he read his phonics. She tried to help him not catch a cold. She tried her best. But Mr. Putter caught one anyway. The next day, he was sneezing, coughing, he was blowing. He felt miserable. "Colds aren't fun when you're old," he said to Tabby. When Mr. Putter was a boy, he had almost light colds. He got supported by his mother, who brought him warm soup and many teas and an adventure book. Mr. Putter loved adventure books, but now he was old. He was old with a cold. No one was supporting him. Mr. Putter's phone rang. He picked him up. He said, "Achoo, Mr. Putter," someone said. It was Miss Teaberry, Mr. Putter's good friend and neighbor. I caught a cold," said Mr. Putter. "My goodness," said Miss Teaberry. "I'll be right over." "No," said Mr. Putter. "You shouldn't come over. Miss Teaberry may catch a cold, and it's not good to have a cold. It's not good to be old with a cold." Tabby rubbed against Mr. Putter to help make him feel better. "Achoo!" Mr. Putter went into Tabby's face, so she decided to sit on his lap. "Someone needs to look after you," said Miss Teaberry. "I'll be fine," said Mr. Putter. You meet someone," said Miss Teaberry. "I'll be fine," said Mr. Putter. "You really meet someone," said Miss Teaberry. "I will really be fine," said Mr. Putter. "Allison's sake," said Mr. Putter. "What?" said Mr. Putter. 20 minutes later, there was a scratching at the door. It was Miss Teaberry's good dog, Zake. He had a Thomas on his back. He was wagging his tail. "Thank you, Zake," said Mr. Putter, patting his head. Zake wagged and went home. Mr. Putter and Tabby looked inside. "Chicken soup," said Mr. Putter. "Hooray!" Tabby purred. She loved chicken soup. Mr. Putter and Tabby were having their soup when they had another scratch on the door. It was Zake again. He had another on his back. "Thank you, Zake." Zake wagged his tail and went home. Mr. Putter and Tabby looked inside. Peppermints with yummy honey sticks, said Mr. Potter. Yippee! Tabby purred. She loved honey sticks. Mr. Potter and Tabby drank their had. Mr. Potter and Tabby are eating their sweets and drinking their tea. Mr. Potter felt much better, but he wished he still had one more thing that could help it. He called Miss Teaberry. Miss Teaberry was stirring soup. The tea was wonderful, he said. Wonderful, Miss Teaberry. But, said Mr. Potter, but asked Miss Teaberry. Perhaps you have, said Mr. Potter. Perhaps I've had, said Miss Teaberry. An adventure book, said Mr. Potter. Of course, said Miss Teaberry. You do, asked Mr. Potter. Yes, I do, said Miss Teaberry. But the book is really belongs to Zake. Zake, asked Mr. Potter. It's about a brave dog, said Miss Teaberry. It's Zake's favorite. Said Mr. Potter. Do you think he can loan it to me? Only if he gets coming along, said Miss Teaberry. Zake is very attached to his book. Mr. Potter thought about it. Came to a adventure book with Zake attached. This could be a message, Zake and a cold. Would it be good for Zake, or would it be Zake? Mr. Potter disappeared. Of course, said Miss Teaberry. Zake will come with his book, said Mr. Potter. Wonderful, said Miss Teaberry. A few minutes later, there was a scratch on the door. It was surprising. It was amazing. Zake was good. Zake was fine. Zake was perfect. Along the reading, as young as we're reading an adventure book, Mr. Potter and Tabby and Zake curled up a day and read all day long. Mr. Potter sounded a little funny with his stuffy nose, but Zake and Tabby didn't mind. They wanted to hear all about the brave dog. Mr. Potter read and read, with Tabby purred and Zake wagged. And a brave dog story was over. They snuggled up for a tea adventure. It was the best cold Mr. Potter ever catched. Fee and that was a very good story about Mr. Potter and Tabby catch the cold. Well, if you want to see more, you guys subscribe. Thanks for watching. Meow.